This K&N air intake system is designed to increase power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake path. K&N 63-1566 air intake fits 2012 to 2013 Jeep Wrangler models with 3.6-liter engines. The 63-1566 comes with K&N's famous million-mile limited warranty. It is not legal for highway use in California or other states adopting California emission standards. Check knfilters.com for an up-to-date list of models this air intake fits and for a list of other CARB adoption states. K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 12.2 horsepower at 5,600 RPM with the 63-1566 air intake installed on a 2012 Jeep Wrangler with a 3.6-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test the sound comparison versus the stock intake. The intake system includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this air intake. The tools needed for this install are shown. Turn off the ignition and disconnect the negative battery cable. Lift up and remove the engine cover. Remove the two bolts which secure the factory intake tube to the fan shroud. Loosen the hose clamp securing the factory intake tube to the air filter housing. Loosen the hose clamp securing the factory intake tube to the throttle body. Lift up the intake tube, disconnect the inlet air temperature electrical connection, then remove the intake tube from the vehicle. Disconnect the crankcase vent hose from the crankcase vent tube. Lift up and remove the air filter housing from the vehicle. Remove the bolt that secures the airbox mount bracket to the inner fender. Remove the bolt that secures the radiator to the core support. Install the two provided mounting studs onto the two heat shield brackets. Install the two heat shield bracket assemblies onto the heat shield. Install the provided filter adapter onto the heat shield. Cut the provided edge trim into 3 sections. One section is to be 6 inches long, one section is to be 7 inches long, and the final section is to be 22 inches long. Install the edge trim onto the heat shield and lid. Install the heat shield assembly into position so the mounting studs are in the airbox mounting grommets. Install the K&N air filter onto the filter adapter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the provided rubber-mounted stud onto the heat shield bracket. Install the heat shield bracket assembly onto the heat shield and radiator mount. Secure the bracket with the factory bolt in step 9 and the hardware provided. Install the rubber-mounted stud into the airbox mounting plate bolt location. Install the provided bracket onto the rubber-mounted stud using the provided hardware. Install the K&N filter lid and secure it with the provided hardware. Install the provided hump hose onto the filter adapter and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Install the provided silicone hose onto the throttle body and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the 90-degree half-inch vent fitting into the K&N intake tube. Install the provided crankcase vent hose onto the fitting. Remove the inlet air temperature sensor from the factory intake planer. Install the provided grommet and factory air inlet temperature sensor into the K&N intake tube. Install the two provided mounting head tie wraps into the two provided brackets. Install the tie-wrapped equipped brackets onto the factory intake tube mounting locations on the fan shroud using the provided hardware, then secure the coolant overflow hose with the tie wraps. Install the K&N intake tube into the silicone hose at the filter adapter and into the hose at the throttle body. Then secure it with the provided hose clamps. Connect the open end of the crankcase vent hose to the factory crankcase vent tube. Reconnect the inlet air temperature sensor electrical connection. Reinstall the engine cover. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. It will be necessary for all K&N intake kits to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.